Alright, it's the number 68 of my accountability to myself, and I appreciate everyone's attention who watches this. So, today I will be covering my day. Maybe I will mention about a couple of my thoughts if I won't forget about them till the end of this video, because normally during the day I listen to some kind of stuff, for example, going back after the gym or going to buy some groceries, maybe returning from university. Sometimes instead of listening to the music, I listen to some things, and those things inspire me with some thoughts that I would like to mention about. And normally I do the biggest mistake. I rely on my memory, which normally let me down, because it's obvious that you cannot keep in your mind some kind of information during the whole day. So normally I need to write this down, but sometimes I'm too lazy to put this down, and eventually I just forget this. Anyways, today I woke up at 7:40, late. Anyways, by the way, now it's 10:40 p.m. Hopefully in 20 minutes I will be able to fall asleep. And yeah, because I want to wake up earlier, and I don't know, it's been like about 4 weeks, 6, since I'm saying that I want to wake up earlier, but it's kind of tough. So, and it's tough not because it's hard to wake up early, because it's hard to fall asleep early. So the first thing, I woke up, I went to the gym, I was training my legs. It was so fucking hard. Then I had a class, so I went in university. After the university, I returned home, and not gonna lie, I wasted more than 1 hour, I guess. But what is really precious to me that I noticed, even when I make this kind of mistake, when I start wasting my time, I realized that it's time to stop, and it's time to start doing some things that I'm supposed to do. That's why I really value my schedule that I create every time, because if my schedule is created, I cannot not to follow this, because I realize what I need to do. And even if I didn't create schedule yet, because sometimes, for example, today in the morning I woke up, I didn't create my schedule. I needed to go to the gym, return home, have my breakfast, go to uni. I didn't have time for anything. Probably I would find time for scheduling, but it doesn't really make sense. It's even better to return from university when I realize how many free time do I have to actually study. So anyway, what I mean, even if I don't schedule this, automatically, just subconsciously, I have in my mind a couple of tasks that I'm supposed to do, because I'm doing them every day, and it's a form of habit, I would say. And yeah, so even though I wasted some time, after that at 5 p.m. I started studying. I was studying sales for 1 hour 30 minutes. I was studying French for 1 hour. I was reading a book for 30 minutes, and today I did a small progress, because I'm reading the book in English. And if normally, I mean, since I started reading this book, normally I can go through 4 pages while reading for 30 minutes, but this time I read 5 pages. Yeah, and it looks like this, so we can see that it's moving, like it's been moved, and hopefully I will finish this book once. But it's really interesting. I don't really regret that I bought it, that I read this. It's a good book. And in the end of the day, I also studied vocabulary for 15 minutes, English vocabulary, and I cannot even convey how drained I feel myself while studying during those 3 hours and 15 minutes. Since the first minute when I started studying sales um, until the last minute of studying English, I felt that I want to sleep. I felt that my eyes are about to close and so on. But I don't know why I was just studying this stuff, because I think it's something that is changed in my inner world, I would say, as my identity, that I cannot just leave some stuff without improving myself anyhow and just fall asleep. And it's kind of cool because even subconsciously I prioritize this studying. So what is the real, I would say, not a challenge but an aim of this challenge? I would remind it must last for 240 days. The real aim of this is to change identity till the point when discipline is, it's not a choice, it's just you behave like this just because you got used to behaving this way. And honestly, compared to myself 2 months ago, I can see some significant changes in terms of my behavior, which is really good. And hopefully in 100, it's almost day 70, so in 180 days, 170 days, I hope I will be even more disciplined. I will be able to manage my time even more, because when you create a new habit, everything that you do every time in the beginning, it feels hard. Probably like the first day, it feels fine because you feel that you started something new, you've gotten some spikes of dopamine, your brain is thinking that you are being changed. But third, second day, third, fourth day, you just abandon this stuff because you don't feel this beginning of a new stuff that encourages you, because you are supposed just to keep going without seeing any results. And sometimes it's really hard, and that's why it's very important not just follow your goals, I would say, but to create a new identity. You cannot live the whole life with this kind of discipline, I would say, because one of the things that I'm talking always about is we are creating, like, to the moment when we want to achieve our goals, to the moment when we can actually achieve this, we are supposed to gain lots of changes as a person, because the person who I am today, it's impossible to reach those goals that I have. And every day, every, I don't know, every challenge, every challenge or every task that I execute, everything compounds, and slowly it grows, and sometimes you cannot see results for maybe a year, even 2 years, but then suddenly it's getting exploded, and then you can see a breakthrough when a little small tiny efforts bring you results. Because nowadays, for example, imagine over the past 5 years you've been watching reels every day for 30 minutes, maybe hour. Just imagine if your identity was a bit another, put it in this way, and instead of watching those reels, you would improve in some kind of skill. Imagine spending 30 minutes to 1 hour improving one skill every day for 5 years. Not even every day. Sometimes we have days off. Everything happens in our life, but on a regular basis, let's say. You literally can master any skill, but normally we are tend just to waste this time. So that's why I'm trying to keep this discipline. And honestly, I don't even feel that it's hard. I got to use it. I start this process. I'm studying 3 hours in a row. tomorrow probably I'm gonna study more than 6 hours because it's a day off, and it's a great opportunity to work on myself. So tomorrow I will tell about tomorrow. Today I'm talking about today. But by the way, when I started recording this video, I had 5% of my phone on my phone, so I hope it's not gonna die right now. And yeah, I better finish this. So in total, by the way, it's 3 hours 15 minutes. In total, I have 5% of my improvement, which equals to 50 hours. So since the moment when I started, I'm not gonna look for the notebook right now. Since the moment when I started tracking this, how many hours I'm spending, I've already spent 50 hours, which is not bad, but it's almost like nothing. But anyway, I'm not gonna underestimate anything. I'm not gonna comply about this because I realize that every day, every action I do, it's gonna affect my future somehow. And just remember that when you have 365 days per year and you are trying to establish a new habit during 1 week, then you abandon and you return to your old habits during the 658 days, obviously you cannot change anything. So it must be changed in your inner world, in your brain. That's the very important thing also. When previously, when I was younger, I heard a lot, you need to change your mindset. What does it mean to change your mindset? You need to think otherwise. And I cannot say that I fully fathom what does mean, but I can definitely say that I'm starting to comprehend this. Because when you think otherwise, in your mind you don't even take into consideration to watch reels instead of studying. You will never take into consideration drinking outside with someone instead of working, instead of keeping your routine, instead of going to sleep at 10-11 p.m., wake up at 6-7 a.m., even if it's Sunday, if it's even Saturday, even if it's Saturday, because you don't care about this. It's who you are, and you don't even need to celebrate it or something. It's just the person you are, it's just your mindset, it's just your approach. That's the mindset that you have, and it's one of the things that I also want to change. I realized that today I was talking with some people, and I noticed that I don't really know anybody in person who's trying to that extent as I try. I'm not. I hate this arrogance, and I'm not really arrogant because I don't think that I ahead of someone. But I just see this when people are tend to play games, when they are not really interested in their future to that extent to start changing something. So I forgot even why I mentioned about this, and alright, it doesn't matter. I guess my phone is about to die since it was 5% just when I started recording this video, but I'm really glad that it's day number 68 and I want to leave it here, that I actually feel those changes. And I'm talking about my mind, because when I wake up, I never grab my phone. I don't even have this idea, because I do my 30 push-ups, I brush my teeth, I take a shower. Sometimes I can even train my abs. I hate this. It's something that I cannot tolerate. I cannot stand it. But sometimes I do this. So yeah. I mean, just comparing those things, when you are a person who grabs your phone in the morning, it's me like a year ago. When I wake up, I grab my phone, I spend 30 minutes, even 15, just watching some stuff, checking all the notifications and so on. And now when I don't even take it into consideration, I don't even take it into account, because I know that I have some stuff to do. I know that I need to do my morning routine, then whether I need to go to the gym, whether I need to start studying on my own, or I'm going to university. 3 options, nothing more. I don't have options